Om Satyam Param Dhimai. Om Satyam Param Dhimai. Om Satyam Param Dhimai. Om Satyam Param Dhimai. Om Satyam Param Dhimai.
કેટલા લોકો નવા છે આજે ગઈકાલે નહોતા? ઓકે, ફર્સ્ટ ટાઈમ છો? ઓકે, સો વેરી બ્રીફમાં પરિચય આપી દઉં અને પછી આપણે ચાલુ કરીએ પ્રોગ્રામ અને પછી એન્ડમાં પાછો આઈ ગિવ અ લિટલ બ્રોડ એક્સપ્લેનેશન એઝ પીપલ આર વોકિંગ ઇન. પણ રાજનભાઈ આપણી સાથે છેલ્લા 5 yearsથી અહીં આવી રહ્યા છે. ઇન ધ મોર્નિંગ્સ વી આર હેવિંગ અ ગ્રેટ પ્રિવિલેજ. હમણાં સવારના 10થી 12:30 એક્સરસાઇઝ અને બધું શીખવાડે છે આપણને. Okay. So, Rajan Bhai has been coming over here for the last 5 years, and his main topic of life has been around breath, right? Life is breath. Everything we do is in our breathing. If we get angry for some reason, what happens is our breath changes. If we are sad, our breath changes. If we are happy, our breath changes. You cannot ask people not to make you happy or angry. We always put the blame on somebody else. That person made me upset or that person did that. But what we fail to realize is all these feelings that we have are actually lying within us. What he talks about in the exercises is that if somebody teaches you that no matter what the position is, your breath is always normal, and you breathe in rhythm no matter what the situation is, right? Can you really get upset? You can't, right? If somebody makes you upset and your breath is just running extremely normal, then obviously you cannot get upset, right? Does that make sense what I'm saying? So if we take that simple example of breath, and we now understand from that example that what we are, whether it's our happiness, our sadness, it's all lying within us, then that tells us that everything that we do is controlled by us only. So in this 5 days over here, he's sharing on the topic of our inner journey to spirituality, right? We're born with a goal to meet the divine Jiv, the soul within us, and that. So how are we going to travel that journey? And what are some of the things that go through our lives and some of the things that we feel or the kind of actions and reactions that we come through? So yesterday he spoke on the goal, and he's going to do a little bit of recap on that today. And then the topic of today is the inner accounting, the inner chattering that's going on in our minds at all times. Right? So with that, I'll have Rajan Bhai kick off the session. At the very end, I'll give a little more deeper brief around Rajan Bhai and his background, but I hope you all enjoy it. At the very end of the session, we'll keep about 20 minutes or so, 20 to 30 minutes for Q&A, question and answers. So hope all of you guys enjoy today's talk. Thank you.
Jai Shri Krishna. Is English all right with everyone, or should I speak Hindi? Huh?
English and Gujarati.
There's some Hindi people, some Gujarati nobody will. Hindi चलेगा सबको. चलते.
English please. English and Hindi is okay.
Hindi.
English and Hindi.
English and Hindi will do.
Okay. अच्छा, कल का थोड़ा रिवीजन करते हैं। पहली चीज, टाइम की बात हुई थी कल, तो ऐसे ही बात हुई थी कि टाइम जो है, समय जो है, काल जो है, वो एक क्यूब है। हाँ, जैसे हम स्थूल दुनिया की दर्शन करते हैं, जिसमें लेंथ, ब्रेथ एंड थिकनेस होता है, तो ये 3 डायमेंशंस ऑफ स्पेस, ऐसे 3 डायमेंशंस ऑफ टाइम, ये कल बात हुई थी। ये 3 डायमेंशंस ऑफ टाइम, हमारा शास्त्र उसको क्या नाम देता है? ये 3 डायमेंशनल टाइम, उसको शास्त्र कौन सा नाम देता है? महाकाल, द बिग टाइम। हाँ, तो जो लोग गायत्री मंत्र करते हैं उनको मालूम है, ओम भू भुव स्वः महाजन तप सत्यम। हाँ, तो ये महाकाल जो है, द बिग टाइम, ये 3 डायमेंशनल टाइम है। किस जगह उसका वर्णन किया हुआ है? कहां उसका वर्णन किया हुआ है? महाभारत में। गीता में कौन सी जगह पे उनका वर्णन किया गया है? किस जगह पे? इन दी 11th चैप्टर, हाँ, विश्व रूप दर्शन। हाँ, वो श्री कृष्ण अपना काल रूप दिखाते हैं। हाँ, काल रूप, द बिग टाइम, और उसका वर्णन, सिंबॉलिक वर्णन किया गया है। वो सिंबल्स हमको उकेलना पड़ता है, उस जो सिंबल्स है उसमें। हाँ, राइट, तो उसको महाकाल कहते हैं। ये जो, जैसे हमको ये स्पेस के 3 डायमेंशंस दिखते हैं, टाइम के 3 डायमेंशंस में से कितना भाग हमको दिख रहा है? ओनली अ पॉइंट। हम लाइन भी नहीं देख पाते हैं, लाइन के जो प्लेन बनता है वो भी नहीं देख पाते। महाकाल का सवाल ही उठता नहीं है। तो जो टाइम है, टाइम का हमको एक छोटा पॉइंट ही दिखता है, जो इंद्रियों, हाँ, एक प्रेजेंट मोमेंट जिसको हम कहते हैं। हमारा जो इंद्रियों का यहां कैपेसिटी पूरा हो जाता है, और जो कॉन्शियसनेस है, अगर कॉन्शियसनेस को टाइम का एक लाइन देखना शुरू हो गया, तो कौन कौन से बदलाव हमारे जीवन में अपने आप आ जाएंगे? अगर कॉन्शियसनेस को टाइम का एक रेखा, एक लाइन देखना शुरू हो गया, तो कौन कौन से बदलाव अपने जीवन में? देखिए, अगर आपके पास कोई जमीन है या घर है, और आपको पता चलता है कि इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट है, वो 6 महीने बाद ये घर ले जाने वाला है, तो आप और ये घर के बीच कौन सा संबंध रहेगा? कौन सा संबंध रहेगा? हाँ, क्या बोला? नॉन अटैचमेंट। इसी ढंग से हमको एक लाइन दिखाई दिया, काल का एक लाइन अगर हमको दिखाई दिया, तो हमारे जीवन में क्या क्या चेंजेस आएंगे? what changes will come in our life.
આવનાર ઘટના જો કંઈ ખરાબ બનવાની હોય તો તમે આપણે ઉપર નીચે જઈ શકીએ ટાઈમ તો એમાંથી બચી શકીએ એવું છે.
Huh.
We start looking at it as an observer rather than looking at part.
No, what? Of course, we will look at it as an observer. We will observe time, but what I'm trying to say is, if supposing I'm aware of a time in a different dimension, what automatic changes will come in my living? देखिए, will the scale of my perception change? मेरा जो जीवन देखने का जो ढंग है, जीवन देखने का जो मेरा तरीका है, वो उसमें बदलाव आएगा. नहीं, डिटैचमेंट की बात नहीं है, एक समझन की बात है, एक समझन की बात है. जैसे सोचिए कि कहीं मैं गिर गया और थोड़ा खून निकलना शुरू हो गया, तो मैंने एक बैंडेज लगाया और अपना काम शुरू हो गया. तो ये मेरा जीवन के जो ये एक दिन है या एक साल है, उसमें ये गिरना कितना महत्व का है? Not much. Doesn't really mean anything. लेकिन अगर मुझे से कैंसर हो गया तो मैं कहूंगा कि ये तो बहुत बड़ी घटना हो गई, राइट? तो गिरने का स्केल एक है और मुझे कैंसर होने का स्केल अलग है. फिर भी अगर ये लाइन ऑफ टाइम मुझे देखना शुरू हो गया, I am now perceiving time in a line, not the limited point which the senses are able to perceive as the present moment. तो वो कैंसर कितना मायना रखता है? It doesn't mean anything. जैसे मैं गिर गया और पट्टी लगाया, तो एक स्केल बढ़ जाता है. हाँ, जीवन का पूरा जो देखने का जो ढंग है वो बदल जाता है. इसके लिए जो हमारा थिंकिंग है, थिंकिंग में थोड़ा चेंज आ जाना चाहिए. तो हमारा जो थिंकिंग है वो 5 इंद्रियों से जुड़ा हुआ है. Our thinking is a sensual form of thinking. From a sensual form of thinking, there must be a psychological thinking, right? जब भी हम भगवान की भी बात करते हैं तो वो है ही, तो हमें मालूम है कि अदृश्य है. फिर भी जब बात करते हैं तो सेंशुअल थिंकिंग की बात करते हैं. भगवान मेरी मदद में आ गया और मुझे इतना दे दिया और मुझे सब कुछ अच्छा है जीवन में. भगवान के इसके साथ कोई भी मतलब नहीं है. जरा सोचिए ये चीज, मैं क्या कह रहा हूं. ये सब सेल्फ लव की बात है और ये 1-2 दिन में हम सेल्फ लव की बात करने वाला है. मैं कहता हूं भगवान की दया से मेरे घर में सब कुछ अच्छा है. हकीकत में भगवान की दया से, और मैं कहता हूं कि मेरे पास है और दूसरे के पास नहीं है. बोलो, रियली मुझे बोलो, क्या मैं कह रहा हूं? क्या मैं कह रहा हूं?
The second part.
हाँ, ये जो मन मनाने की जो बात है, ये अध्यात्म नहीं है. हाँ, भगवान कुछ भी करता नहीं है. He has made the law of the game. The law of the game that the ace of trumps kills the ace of spades. हुक्म का एक्का जो है वो काली का एक्का को मारता है. फिर आज आप प्रार्थना करो कि आज के दिन के लिए काली का एक्का को जरा मेरे लिए जरा उपकार कर दो. It's not possible. It's not possible. Everything is according to law. लोग ये शब्दों का जो उपयोग करते हैं उसे मालूम नहीं है कि भगवान ने मुझे बहुत दिया है और उसकी बहुत कृपा है और ये है, ये सब मन बनाने की बात है। हम जीवन को ठीक से देखना नहीं चाहते हैं। जब हम एक दूसरे को मिलते हैं, हम एक दूसरे को शरीर देख पाते हैं, हम एक दूसरे का समय नहीं देख पाते हैं। ये समय किस ढंग से ये आदमी समय में जी रहा है वो हम नहीं देख पाते हैं। ओके, अभी कल बात हुई कि हमारा जो बीइंग है, बीइंग वो 3 चीज से बना हुआ है। कौन कौन सी चीज थी कल? 3 चीज से हमारा बीइंग बना हुआ है। बीइंग, एसेंस, पर्सनैलिटी, फॉल्स पर्सनैलिटी। एसेंस, पर्सनैलिटी, फॉल्स पर्सनैलिटी। ये हमारा रियल पार्ट है, ये अक्वायर्ड पार्ट है, ये इमेजिनरी पार्ट है। इसमें हमने कहा कि कल रोल्स आते हैं जीवन में, जो जो हम पात्रता, वॉट एवर रोल वी आर प्लेइंग इन लाइफ कम्स इन द पर्सनैलिटी। हर एक रोल के साथ उसका इमेजिनरी पार्ट होता है। आई हैव स्टडीड इंजीनियरिंग, आई एम एन इंजीनियर, तो आई हैव अ इमेजिनेशन ऑफ माई सेल्फ एज एन इंजीनियर। या आप बोलेंगे कि यू आर नॉट वेरी गुड एट योर जॉब, दैट इमेजिनरी पिक्चर गेट्स ब्रोकन, राइट, एंड आई फील हर्ट। ये पूरा फॉल्स है, पूरा फॉल्स है। तो जहां जहां वी हैव टू डिफेंड आवर सेल्फ, wherever we have to defend ourselves, it is always the false path. Truth does not need any defense. ऐसे अगर आप कहेंगे कि हाँ, मैं कहूं कि मैं गुस्सा नहीं करता हूं और आप कहेंगे अरे उस दिन आपको देखा था, हाँ, तो मैं कहूंगा नहीं, उस दिन हो गया लेकिन ऐसे मैं करता नहीं हूं। तो ये सब फॉल्स है। Wherever I have to defend myself, it is always false, right? तो ये पूरा जो इमेजिनरी पार्ट है उसको मारना पड़ता है। हाँ, ये पूरा इमेजिनरी पार्ट, तब तक हम ये एसेंस को डेवलप नहीं कर सकते हैं, राइट? अच्छा, फाइनली बात हुई थी कल कि हर पल जीवन ये 3 में से किसको मिलने आता है? हर पल पर्सनैलिटी, पर्सनैलिटी। हर पल लाइफ कम्स इनटू द पर्सनैलिटी। पर्सनैलिटी में लाइफ आता है और जो अगर हमने रिएक्शन किया तो वो किसको फूड मिलता है, किसको नरिशमेंट मिलता है? फॉल्स। देखो ये मंदिर है ना, ये पुष्टि मार्ग का मंदिर है। पुष्टि मीन्स टू नरिश, टू नरिश। नरिश व्हाट? एसेंस, नॉट द फॉल्स। हाँ, तो आप सब जहां बैठे हैं, हाँ, नरिशिंग करने के लिए बैठे हैं। हाँ, ये नरिशिंग, ये मार्ग जो है नरिशमेंट का मार्ग है। પોષણ કરવું, હા, પોષણ કરવું, કેનું પોષણ કરવું? ફોલ્સનું નહીં, રિયલનું। હર્ષણ, હા, जीवन के हर पल, हर पल। और ये बहुत ही छोटी छोटी चीज होती है। अगर आप बोलेंगे कि ये लड़का बहुत अच्छा काम करता है, हाँ, और मैं सुनता हूं आपकी बात, तो मैं बोलूंगा कि लेकिन वो जॉब मैंने ही उसको दिया था, वो कहां चला गया? फॉल्स में चला गया। समझ में आया? ये छोटी छोटी चीज की बात है, राइट? अच्छा, अभी कल बात हुई थी कि जिस दो चीज से हमको मुक्ति लेने का है वो है मेमोरी और इमेजिनेशन। तो आज से हम शुरू करते हैं मेमोरी के साथ, राइट? तो हम नक्की करते हैं फ्रॉम टुडे दैट वी विल रैशनलाइज द यूज ऑफ मेमोरी। वेयर इट इज अननेसेसरी हम उसका उपयोग नहीं करेंगे, राइट? सबसे ज्यादा हम मेमोरी का उपयोग कहां करते हैं? सबसे ज्यादा वेयर डू वी यूज द मेमोरी द मोस्ट? हाँ?
When somebody has hurt us.
नो, लिसन टू पीपल, लिसन टू पीपल। अगर आप कोई पार्टी में जाए या किटी पार्टी और जरा दूर आप खड़े रहे, ये दूर खड़ा रहना उसका नाम सेल्फ ऑब्जर्वेशन है। दूसरों ये यहां तो हम अदर ऑब्जर्वेशन करते हैं, लेकिन सेल्फ ऑब्जर्वेशन, दूर भीतर दूर खड़ा रहना। ये सेल्फ ऑब्जर्वेशन का योद्धा है महाभारत में, उसका नाम है धृष्टद्युम्न। दृष्ट मीन्स बोल्ड, द्युम्न यानी प्रकाश, प्रकाश, राइट? और जब ये 5 पांडव अर्जुन द्रौपदी का हाथ जीत लेता है और जो पांचाल नरेश था द्रुपद, उसको लगता है कि ये ब्राह्मण द्रौपदी को ले गया, तो उसको बोला कि तुम जरा पीछे से देखो, पीछे से देखो। तो वो उनको रहने के लिए एक पैलेस दे दिया, ही गेव अ पैलेस टू देम। और ये 5 पांडव द्रौपदी को लेके पैलेस में चले गए और पिलर के पीछे से धृष्टद्युम्न देख रहा है, उसको पता चल गया ये तो 5 पांडव है, और वो जाके बोलता है। तो ये जो देखना है, भीतर देखना है, उसको सेल्फ ऑब्जर्वेशन। यहां से सब अध्यात्म की शुरुआत सेल्फ ऑब्जर्वेशन से शुरू होता है, भीतर देखना, नॉट अदर ऑब्जर्वेशन। बहुत लोग अदर ऑब्जर्वेशन में बहुत ही कुशल होते हैं। हम टीवी पे हास्य कलाकार देखते हैं, वो टू ऑब्जर्व अदर्स में बहुत ही इंटेलिजेंट होते हैं, लेकिन भीतर ऑब्जर्व करना बिल्कुल ही अलग बात है, राइट? तो ये फ्रीडम कम फ्रॉम मेमोरी, ये थोड़ा कॉन्शियस बनना पड़ेगा, किस जगह पे, कहीं किस जगह पे। और ये हमारे साथ ही होता है, हमारे साथ ही होता है। And we must observe this, because it is our aim in life that the bondage of memory must break. This is our aim in life. So unless we start now, how will we? Tell me, come on. अभी हम पार्टी में है, बोलो.
You'll say, I did that, I did this.
Exactly. Somebody will say, I saw this movie, right? Now when I say I also saw this movie, मैं कहां से बोल रहा हूं? मेमोरी में से बोल रहा हूं। अभी ये जरूरी है, अगर बोल दिया तो मेमोरी का गुलामी हो गया। तो जहां जहां मेमोरी की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है और आपको पता चला कि यहां मैं कॉन्शियस हो गया, वहां फास्टिंग कर लेना, वहां फास्टिंग कर लेना। अगर मैंने बोल दिया कि ये मूवी मैंने देखा है और ये मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगा, तो जरा देखो भीतर, ये अच्छा नहीं लगा ओपिनियन देने में भीतर किसी को तृप्ति मिलता है, और वो फॉल्स भाग है। ये समझ में आया मैं क्या कहता हूं? ये अध्यात्म मोमेंट टू मोमेंट है। हाँ, 24 घंटे से कम भगवान को चलता नहीं है. 24 घंटा से कम उसको नहीं चलता है. Right? So you have to observe, where am I becoming a victim of memory? Somebody is talking about something, political situation in something, right? कि ये टेररिस्ट ये कर रहा है, वो प्रेसिडेंट ये कर रहा है, और हमने भी कहा पढ़ा है कुछ, और we are waiting. Many people don't wait for the other to stop talking; they start in between only. But supposing I'm assuming we are waiting for him to stop talking and put our thing. Where are we talking from? Memory. From memory. From memory. Can you see the grip of memory? ये grip को तोड़ना पड़ेगा. ये grip, हाँ जी.
Suppose you talk and I do not say anything, but if you ask me something.
Right. Then it's different. I'm coming to that. Now supposing I see it is important to say something. अच्छा, एक मैं चीज कह सकता हूं. I will talk in English. Anything those who don't understand they just lift your hand. I'll repeat in Hindi. ऐसा हो सकता है? हाँ? Otherwise, I think somewhere in Hindi, my Hindi is not really saying the things I want to say in the right manner, right? But if anywhere you feel that I have not explained anything, you just tell me, I'll repeat it in Hindi. Huh? Don't take this as a lecture. Huh? We are just talking to each other, right? Now, supposing I get this urge that I want to say this point, can I pause over there? Can I wait for a few minutes? Can I break the bondage of memory? And then can I tell it? Then it is not a reaction. It is not a reaction. So I'm free from the reaction. I've observed the working of memory. Right? This requires a lot of hard work. So much, don't think that it is so easy. It requires a lot of hard work. Right?
I understand what you're trying to say, what not to do, but I'm trying to understand why we shouldn't do it. Means that we should take a pause before we engage into any kind of debate or something which is more like you are reacting on some topics or anything. I understand what you're trying to tell, to take a pause and think whether what we are saying even it's necessary to say or not. But why? Like, what happens when you get engaged?
Okay. So yesterday we said that we are held to this present time, this imaginary time, by two things: memory and imagination. So I'm giving you a technique to work with memory. I'm giving you a technique to work with memory. If you start today, you will see the results after a couple of years. Understand what I'm trying to say? Is that you start work wherever, you see, we are slaves of memory. All 24 hours we live in one big bubble of memory. Because of memory, we cannot see the real. So I'm giving you a small technique to be free of memory. That wherever it is not necessary, don't talk out of memory. In normal conversations. Right? So, supposing I say, I bought a good shirt yesterday, and you remember, I bought one for my husband 5 days ago. Now that has no normal, it's come out of memory. The minute you say that, you are allowing memory's hold to be more, the grip of memory to be more stronger. You understand what I'm trying to say? This requires very sharp observation, right? So I'm saying that, can we be free of memory? To have a perception which is free of memory. So if we start now, then we'll start working with memory. Yeah.
So when you pause, sometimes you pause just to wait for your turn rather than actually pausing and trying to differentiate whether it is required or not.
Yeah, so pause in the mind.
Yeah, pause in the mind.
Pause in the mind.
You are just still waiting for your turn to come.
Then you're not paused in the mind.
So even that is we need
Then you're chattering in the mind.
that we need to be aware about.
Yeah, so pause over there. Stop. My aim is to be free of memory.
So all these conversations should go at that particular point of time in our mind so that we know how to.
Yeah, I'm not getting what you say.
So when we are in the conversation and this time comes and we have to be aware within that fraction of a time to be detached from memory at the same time.
Very true. Very true. Very true. That is why I'm saying Adhyatma is moment to moment. Moment to moment. Every moment you have to bring in consciousness. No? Unless you're able to bring in consciousness, right? It will be very difficult to pause memory, pause my slavery of memory.
And how do we bring that awareness or that consciousness, especially when we are interacting with other people? Or with ourselves sometimes. Most of it.
So I taught you the gold nugget, right? As you do the gold nugget, you will get something called spiritual energy. That is the energy to pause. It is will, not willpower. Huh? See, I was with Ram Dulare Bapu for, say, 7 years. I think stop.
I have a question.
Yeah, I'll just finish one question.
Oh, sorry, I thought.
Yeah, I'll just finish one question.
So, means all kinds of memories, good and bad, because I really like to live in good memories. Means, for example, if I have visited a nice place, I like to see those photographs. So it's a good memory, and I really like to live in that. So you are meaning you have to be detached from good and bad, all kinds of memories?
Hello? Hello? Now? This is the light has become red. In life, to reach a level of perception that is free of memory, then if you keep on going back into good memories, are you increasing the power of memory over you or not? That is why I talked about will, right? But spiritual will is different from willpower. Willpower is not spiritual will, right? Spiritual will has no aggressiveness. Ema agra nathi hotu. Spiritual will. Willpower has agra, aggressiveness, right? So spiritual will is a very soft thing inside. There is no obstinacy about it. A spiritual person cannot be obstinate about anything, because spirituality is the softest substance in the world. You get it? So if you want to develop that will, then you be careful what you're doing, right? The source of, you see, as long as our happiness is dependent upon something, my happiness is always dependent upon something. My son passes in the exam, I'm happy. My son does not pass in the exam, I'm not happy. My daughter gets a good husband, I'm happy. My daughter does not get a good husband, I'm not happy. The Indian cricket team wins, I'm happy. Indian cricket team loses, I'm unhappy. Can you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
So this happiness is a form of slavery, where something has to happen and I become happy. You see, it is not happiness. It is slavery. Real happiness is independent of what is happening in life. And life can be very cruel. Life can be very tough, and I can still be happy.
Yeah, means that is the attitude in general I have, that okay, whatever happens is always good for you. Something good is going to come out of every bad situation. So I'm just talking about, if I have a good memory, I have to forget that also.
I'm not telling you to forget it. Enjoy it and drop it. Enjoy it. Don't live in it. Don't live in it. Otherwise, the grip of memory will go. I see a photo, I see it. I enjoy and drop it. That's the end of the matter. Because our aim is something higher. To be free of memory. Now, because you brought up the subject of memory, our memory is a very inaccurate thing, very corrupted thing. I'll give you an example. One girl who used to come to my talks around 2000, and then she met somebody in the talks. They both got married, and then the marriage was in all sorts of problems. So she would phone me every day that he is doing this and I can't stand this and I can't stand 1 minute of him, etc., etc. Now, incidentally, the husband died. So now she's saying, life is useless without him. She'll put up pages in Facebook in memory of my husband, and life is, I cannot fill this void of life without my husband and this. Now when he was there, she could not stay with him. Now he is no longer there, and this is a true case which I'm giving you. She's saying, I can't stay without him. What is she doing? Tell me. What is she doing? What is she doing? Yes, but what is she doing with the memory? She is rewriting the memory. She is rewriting the original memory by corrupt sectors. Can you understand? We are corrupting our memory all the time because of self-love. Supposing I go to a trip somewhere, I go for a holiday somewhere, and I come back and there's a whole group of us may have gone on a holiday, and you ask me to tell you what I did in the holiday. How will I tell it to you? When I speak to you, I will show myself in a different light. Somewhere I'll say I in such a way that I am better than the others, or I took the right decision at the right time. Nobody else knew what to do in a certain situation. Can you see? This is all out of, when I'm talking to you, self-love is talking to you. Self-love is talking to you. I'm corrupting the original memory. Our memory is totally corrupted by self-love. We don't have the original sectors. Right? So memory is a very vast subject. I don't want to go into it today. But it is something which we have to deal with at some time. We have to work with memory. There are different kinds of memory. Right? I don't want to go into it today. Let's stop.
Is that the reason why, because we are corrupting it, is that the reason why we don't want to be bondage to the memory and don't want to hypnotize life? Is that the main reason?
No, because memory is always of linear time, our imaginary time. We have connected the dots and made the memory. As long as we are stuck with those dots, we'll never see real time. We have to be free of memory. Right? Yeah.
So you are saying to be in present. That's why you are doing that.
Yesterday's the entire timeline is missed out.
Yes, missed out. But I can't take all.
Give another brief on that, and that will catch on.
I want to go ahead. Right, yes, sir.
Rajen bhai,
I'm understanding this is a very complex subject, which it is very hard. लेकिन जो आपने फिल्म का जो एग्जांपल दिया, किसी ने फिल्म देखी है और आप immediately your imaginary thing comes false body and you try to explain. तो मैं हिंदी में लेमैन के हिसाब से सीधी लैंग्वेज में ऐसा कहूँ कि फालतू बात करने की नहीं. Somebody is telling, if it makes some sense, if you are mindful, otherwise I will tell, oh, this film में ये था, ये अच्छा था, वो बुरा था, ये था, then the things will be going on and it is not going anywhere. So if I keep mouth my shut, just drop it. How exactly?
देखिए साहब, please. We are not in a personality development class. हमारा लक्ष्य पर्सनैलिटी को मारने का है. आप समझते हैं कि ये मैं नहीं करूं और ये मैं करूं, वो क्लास में नहीं है. हम इस क्लास में है कि कॉन्शियसनेस कैसे जगाए, और कॉन्शियसनेस के प्रकाश में कुछ करना छूट जाता है और कुछ करना हो जाता है, वो राइट एक्शन है. आप समझते हैं. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट चेंजिंग दिस और चेंजिंग दैट. आई एम मेकिंग यू अवेयर ऑफ सर्टन सिचुएशंस. The very light of consciousness, darkness should go away. ऐसे लोग मिलते हैं मुझे कि मेरे में बहुत गुस्सा है, अभी गुस्सा कम करना है. तो ये क्लास नहीं है. आप समझते हैं. मैं कहता हूं कि प्रकाश जगाओ, अपने आप अंधकार चला जाएगा. राइट? मैं प्रकाश जगाने की क्लास में हूं. राइट? और जिसको गुस्सा कम करना है, वो पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट के बहुत क्लासेस चलते, तुम वहां चले जाओ, कंसल्टेंसी में चले जाओ, काउंसलिंग में चले जाओ. उसके साथ मुझे मतलब नहीं है. मुझे एक ही मतलब है, जागृति. और जागृति के प्रकाश में गुस्सा तो अंधकार है, वो अपने आप खत्म हो जाएगा. राइट? अगर मुझे गुस्सा निकालना है तो एक ईगो कम करूंगा, दूसरा ईगो बढ़ जाएगा. सब फॉल्स बात है. ये इस चीज की बात ही नहीं है यहाँ पे. राइट? हाँ, ये फालतू बात नहीं करना है. नहीं, मैं जागरूक हो गया क्या बात करने जैसा है और क्या नहीं करने जैसा है, किस चीज में मैं मेमोरी का गुलाम हूं और किस चीज जरूरत है, तो मेमोरी में से निकलता है. लेकिन यहां मेमोरी की उपयोगिता है. ये आपको समझ में आया?
I understand exactly what you're telling me.
Right. ओके. अभी कल एक बात हुई थी कि ये जो एसेंस है वो डीएनए का 2 डीएनए उधार पे लेता है. मेरी गुरु की थोड़ी बात मुझे याद आई, इसलिए मैं ऐड करता हूं यहां पे कि द डीएनए इज अ लिमिटिंग फैक्टर. कैन यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस? द डीएनए इज अ लिमिटिंग फैक्टर. ऐसे पतंजलि का एक सूत्र है, अतीत अनागत स्वरूप अस्ति धर्म नाम अर्धव भेदात. The past and the future exist in the now. The past and the future exist in the now. But the time form of the present is due to developed characteristics, other characteristics remaining latent. थोड़ी समझने जैसी बात, थोड़ी समझने जैसी बात. ये इस एसेंस जो है वो जन्म लेना चाहता है. It wants to take birth. For that it takes 2 sets of DNA from the mother and father. Now, what are the tendencies in the essence? What are the tendencies in the essence? These tendencies will be limited by the DNA. Now, supposing one of the tendencies in the essence is to be patient. To be patient. धीरज है। तो ये धीरज का एक कैपिटल लेके आया है जो जन्म लेने वाला है। He has come with a capital of being patient. But the father is very impatient. The father is very impatient. So that patience which is lying in the essence will be limited by the DNA, the characteristics of the father or the mother. You see? Now, the essence has many characteristics, many peculiarities, but the DNA will allow some to be expressed and may not allow some to be expressed. अभी समझ में आया मैं क्या कहता हूँ? So the mother and father are limiting parts of to the essence. They limit something, they add to something, and they reduce something. Now, as we go into consciousness, we bypass our mother and father. जब क्राइस्ट कहता है माई फादर, ही इज नॉट टॉकिंग ऑफ हिज फिजिकल फादर, ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट बाईपासिंग हिज फादर। बाइबल में स्टोरी है द प्रोडिगल सन, हाँ, गो बैक टू योर फादर, राइट? तो ये फादर कौन सा है, ये फादर कौन सा है? एंड देन थ्रू कॉन्शियसनेस वी बाईपास द डीएनए, वी गो बैक टू द एसेंस. What is the essence made of? Where has it come from? The essence is planetary. एसेंस जो है वो प्लैनेटरी है. जीवन के हर एक अनुभूति कहां से आता है? From the planetary influences. Planetary influences. मैं ये ठीक करना चाहता हूं, जरा क्रिएटिव करना चाहता हूं, तो कहां से आता है? वीनस में से आता है. हाँ, लेकिन आपके ऊपर अभी इरिटेशन आ गया तो कहां से आता है? मंगल में से आता है. हाँ, लेकिन अभी खाना पीना और जलसा करना है तो जुपिटर में से आता है. हर एक जीवन, ये पूरी जो हमारी साइकिक नेचर है, इसलिए मॉडर्न साइकोलॉजी हैज नो मीनिंग एट ऑल, बिकॉज मॉडर्न साइकोलॉजी इज नॉट अ रियल साइकोलॉजी. द रियल साइकोलॉजी इज द साइकोलॉजी ऑफ द planets. So the essence is planetary. The essence is planet. All the tendencies which the essence is born with, जो लक्षणता वो लेके आता है, टेंडेंसीज लेके आता है, वो सब प्लैनेटरी रिकॉर्डिंग है. अभी समझ में आया मैं क्या कहता हूँ? या
events that happen in my life, they happen due to the planetary influence. But when I bring in consciousness, and so I am actually changing the quality of essence. Potentially I am changing the quality of essence. So it's not only planetary influence. There is something more.
You're very true, very, very true, very true. But at present we will take it as planetary. It's very true because there's a part which is conscious, right? We'll go into that, yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Why do we say that our life on so much dependent on planets? Is it just an assumption, or if you want to say it rationally, what is rationality?
See, we are not talking about horoscopes over here. Just put them on the side for some time. But is everything planetary?
Yeah, if you say everything is sort of cosmos.
Hello.
It's part of the cosmos, then I can agree. But why we are restricting to only planets? You say that our whole being is, we are part of the entire universe and cosmos.
Right? So, what you're saying is very true. But we are limited to the sun and its solar system. Right? So, we won't talk about beyond the solar system just now. But Even when consciousness comes, it is still of the quality of the sun.
Yeah, that I agree.
You agree? Right? So we won't talk of something beyond that. We want to understand what is the structure of the soul. The structure of the soul is planetary. You understand what I'm trying to say?
No, I have difficulty there because sun I can understand. Moment we say Mars has something effect on us or Jupiter has some effect on us, there has to be some rational or some other.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to say is that if I get angry, what is the material which makes up that anger? It is most of that anger is made up of magnetism of Mars. You understand what I'm trying to say?
That's what question I'm asking. Why do we say that and how do we say that?
Because man is made of three things. The life comes from the sun, the form comes from the planets, the material comes from the earth.
But why do we bring Mars and Jupiter and other planets then? Why do we bring in Mars and Jupiter and other planets?
Because it is their magnetism which allows us to experience life. Now this is not a subject of science. I'm trying to bring you, just to broaden your horizon a little. It is their magnetism which, let's take a small child in the womb. The brain starts developing exactly at 3 weeks. When the fetus is 3 weeks, वो 3 हफ्ते का होता है वो fetus, तब वो brain की development शुरू होता है. Why does the brain develop at 3 weeks? Why doesn't it start on the first week? Because Mercury finishes in one minor cycle. It strikes a gong and the Mercury is ruling the brain and the brain starts developing. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? The skeletal system will start developing at a certain time. Another planet, say Mars is ruling the skeletal system, it will strike its gong. The digestive system is again ruled by another planet. And when you look at in those 9 months in the fetus, it is the cycles of these planets. So many days after this each system is being formed inside. See? So the planets are playing a very important role. You get what I'm trying to say? So,
does that 9 month age also have some significance, Rajan Bhai? The child is born after 9 months. What is it? I understand this is really very interesting.
No, we don't want to go into that one.
See, it's very difficult to understand the mysteries of time. When we look at time from a certain perspective. When we say the Gayatri Mantra, we are saying Om Bhu Bhuva Swaha. We just say the Gayatri Mantra. Nobody wants to understand what the Gayatri Mantra is. Right? So, when we are in Bhulok, there is a certain perception of time. When we are in Bhuvalok, there is a certain perception of time. And when we are in Swahalok, there is a certain perception of time. Now, our life is not just one circle. In Bhulok, there is one circle. I am born here. I move around this circle, I come here, I die. Life is a circle. There are no straight lines in life. ये अस्तित्व में कहीं भी सीधी रेखा नहीं है. Right? ऐसे ये जो सीधी रेखा हम खींचते हैं वो सीधी नहीं है. हमारा दृष्टि के हिसाब से सीधी है. Right? तो ये जो 70 years का सर्कल है, मैं कहता हूं, और फिर मैं एक जीवन जी लेता हूं भुवलोक में और वापस ये पृथ्वी लोक में आता हूं, राइट? तो इसका और इसका मिलन कहां होगा? Can you understand what I'm trying to say? Then, so I will say this 70 years is equal to 55 days. But there is also electronic time. So 70 years in electronic time will be, say, equal to 3 minutes. In 3 minutes dream, I can go through a whole lifetime. I'm just giving you some examples. Similarly, within Bhulok, there will be 7 different degrees of time. Say cellular time, right? Psychological time, biological time, etc., etc. ये जो फीटस है वो सेल्यूलर टाइम में है. शायद वो 9 महीने में जितना वो फीटस के साथ होता है, हमारा पूरा 70 इयर्स में हमारे साथ नहीं होता है. जितना इंप्रेशंस वो फीटस को, जितना बदलाव वो फीटस में आता है 9 महीने में, 70 इयर्स में इतना नहीं आता है. अभी ये बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स चीज है. From this moment of conception, there is a slowing down of time. Right to the moment I die, there is a slowing down of time. And when the fetus is, when the master cell is formed between the two parents in the mother's womb, time is moving very fast. 2 cells become 4 cells, 4 cells become 8 cells, 8 cells become 16. There is a geometric progression of time. Okay? So much is happening in 1 hour, so much is happening. In 1 hour of the fetus, so much of multiplication and transformation is happening. It does not happen maybe in so many years for us. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? As we grow old 70 years, time slows down. जब मृत्यु नजीक होता है तो हमें लगता है कि ये एक दिन पूरा काम करने के लिए पूरा होता नहीं है. Can you see? When I'm young, I do so much in 1 hour. When I'm old, I'm able to do only so much in 1 hour. Still, man's calculation of time is always the same. I don't know if I'm coming across to you. You see, you have to, when you think of different things, you must think of their times. There's the time of the cell. You get it? There's the time of man. When you're talking about the fetus, you're talking of the time of the cell. Right? Each one will have a different time. Our problem is 1 hour of childhood is equal to 1 hour of old age. It is not so. It is not so. 1 hour of old age is a very limited time. I'll just add something over here. It's very relevant. Man, as he grows old, his time slows down. वो 1 घंटा में बचपन में जो कर सकता है वो बुढ़ापे में नहीं कर सकता है. Time slows down. फिर भी 1 घंटा बुढ़ापा की गिनती और 1 घंटे बचपन की गिनती एक ही होता है. लेकिन जो सभ्यता है, द कल्चर, वहां उल्टा है. वहां उल्टा है. When the culture starts, when a civilization starts, time is moving very slow. Everything is moving in bullock cart, on horseback. So, very less is happening in more time. As the civilization progresses, what happens? More is happening in less time. When the death of the, जैसे हमारी मृत्यु नजीक आती है और टाइम बहुत स्लो डाउन होता है, जैसे वो सभ्यता की जब मृत्यु आती है तो टाइम इज वेरी फास्ट. इट इज मूविंग. More and more is happening in less and less time. Can you see how we have progressed today? In the last 40-50 years, we have done what has not happened in the last 5,000 years. Can you see how fast so much is happening in so little time today? Right? It is telling us a story. We are in a big urgency. The civilization has reached its peak. Something is going to come. Something is round the corner. These are the telltale signs. Right? ये बहुत ही important है. और जब ये होता है तब हम उसको popcorn effect कहते हैं.
Breakdown.
Shall I finish? Shall I just finish?
Then don't forget the Patanjali you started.
Yeah, we got far away from that.
Questions? Questions last month?
Huh?
Questions last month?
Question at the end.
We're already 5:30.
I know, that's why I'm saying let's stay on the floor and let's take questions at the end.
Okay. Okay. I'll just finish this.
Yeah.
I'll just finish this. It's a very important question, you know.
Finish it.
Because of the popcorn effect. You know what is the popcorn effect? नहीं वो आप पॉपकॉर्न का मशीन है ना, पहला पॉपकॉर्न को ऐसे फूटने में टाइम लगता है, फिर हाँ इसको पॉपकॉर्न इफेक्ट कहते हैं. तो अब अभी जो हमारी सभ्यता है ना, I'm talking at a cosmic level, not at individual level, a cosmic level. There is a big danger that everything will be destroyed. We don't understand it because we live out of our self-interest, right? In morning to evening, I'm only living my self-interest, take my children to school, do this, do that, do that. There's no time to think of what cosmic situation am I living in. You understand? Okay. What is time telling me in these times? And it is giving me a message that something has to be renewed, otherwise this civilization will go. And the only thing that can save this civilization is consciousness. Not all those juluses which we take out. Only consciousness. Right? And at such a time, nature is very graceful. So, if you make little effort, you don't have to look for a guru. You don't need anything. Just a small understanding of the science of enlightenment, the science of, and you make an effort, you will get it. You understand what I'm saying? It's like the popcorn effect. One gets it, second will get it, third will get it. In the old days, the disciple had to do so much work. Even if you take my case, all that I'm giving you in one lecture, my guru did not give me so easily. I had to work for it. Can you understand? I'm giving it all to you. Take it. Start moving. Start moving. Right? And the time is such, you start moving, you will get it. Because nature wants you to get it. She wants to save the civilization. And the only way to save the civilization is you rise in consciousness. One person rises in consciousness, 100 people will be affected. This is the popcorn effect. Can you see nearly 100 people over here? Right? The popcorn effect. Right? So, just one person. Right? And that is very important. Isliye, try to understand what times we are living in. The amount of scientific discovery which is happening in 5 years has not happened in last 5,000 years. We are living in very, very urgent times. Very urgent times. Right? Try to go in. Try to wake up. Try to be free of this. Try to rise in consciousness. Your very action for yourself will create on a mass scale an effect where it will lift many other people. Just the very action inside. Okay. What I was trying to say is that through consciousness we bypass DNA and we can take out from our essence those things which the DNA did not allow to be taken out. That is what I was trying to say. Atit anagata swarupta asti. All that is lying over there. All these words are very, very, what you call, deep, because the word roop in Sanskrit means form. Form comes from the planets. Material comes from the earth. Before you were born, you were a form. When you are born, the form takes material from the earth. You see, the architect has the form in his mind. The material has not yet been filled in the form. We hold the form in our minds due to planetary influence. Now am I coming across in this? Okay. But today's subject is totally different. Now, when a child is born, his center of gravity is in the essence. Then he gets a name, and slowly the center of gravity of his I goes to the personality. And then many people are only living for the false. It goes to the false personality. I'm only living for more awards, more recognition, right? Then I'm living only in the false personality. Can you understand? Where is my center of gravity? We want the center of gravity to go back to the essence. Go back to the essence. But for that we have to work on the false personality. The essence eats personality, eats false personality. This is the true meaning of An is Brahma. The An we are talking about is personality and false personality, the ego. The essence eats the ego and grows. Now try to understand this, that first the child is born, he has to form an ego. Then the essence eats that ego and grows. Don't think by giving the child an alternate education, no ego, then you're not allowing that child to make an ego. The ego first has to be made, then you have to learn to destroy the ego. For that you go into vanvas, 12 years of vanvas, and then you fight the battle. Then you fight the battle. This is the science. This science cannot change. Can you understand? Right? So the An is Brahma is not the physical food we eat. Today there is a big obsession with physical food. Man has become obsessed. I take this vitamin, I'll live 2 years longer. People come to me and they say, oh, I don't want to take allopathic medicine. Can you? Look for the inner Brahma, no? Look for the inner consciousness. If allopathic medicine is helping you, take it and go. Start working on yourself. But they are so obsessed with the physical. What food I'm eating, whether I should eat raw food or cooked food or, I don't know, doubly cooked food or God knows what. Whether McDonald's is cheating me or... It has no place. It has no place. The essence eats only one food, the ego. The ego. It does not eat physical food. Right? So when the rishis are saying Anna is Brahma, they are talking of the ego, not about this. I don't know how we are so expert at reducing what the rishis said to such a level of nonsense. And physical food has become an obsession today. Obsession. My guru used to say, food is a nuisance. Food is a nuisance. There's nothing to do with this. Right? And many times I see that a vegetarian ego is worse than a non-vegetarian ego. So try to see where we are going with this. Try to see where we are going with this. Work on self. We don't have time for all this. Whether I should eat carrots today or lettuce tomorrow. No time for all this. The essence does not eat that. The essence eats only one food, ego. Second thing, before I start today's subject, I'm just going to, one more thing, is our idea of morality. In spirituality, there is only Sat and Asat. There is no right or wrong. If I rise in consciousness, it is Sat. If I fall in consciousness, it is Asat. If I have a big ego that I speak the truth all the time, then it is Asat. If by telling the truth I am hurting her, then it is Asat. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? Consciousness is different. Please see, Bhishma had a big ego, my pratigya. That pratigya was the cause of the death of thousands and thousands of kings. That one pratigya. Put Krishna in his place. Put Krishna in his place. Krishna would have said, okay, I took the pratigya at that time, forget it, it's not relevant now. Consciousness is different. Consciousness is not obstinacy. Consciousness is each moment, relevant to each moment. Right? So, spirituality is not morality. I just wanted to bring up this point. And Yudhishthir had a big ego that I speak the truth. And Krishna said, even that is asat. You will have to speak a lie. You will have to speak a lie. Because this is a dharma yudh. And in the dharma yudh, it's not a question of right and wrong. It is a question of sat and asat. There are certain inner warriors which can only be, you can only kill by cheating them. That cheating is sat. Right? Because I get this question all the time. So when we are moving on this path, our path is to rise in consciousness. And to rise in consciousness, even an untruth is more true than a truth. Because I've risen. And if by speaking the truth I have hurt somebody, by speaking the truth my ego has gone, I am a very good speaker of the truth, then I've fallen. Can you understand? So it's not, we are not on the path of morality. I'll finish this yesterday about essence. I wanted to go into false personality, but today's subject is something very different. Very, very different. And now, one of the things which we have to work on is leakages of energy. We are wasting energy all the time. And the biggest leakage of energy is the inner chattering. Inner chattering. The monkey is chattering all the time. Now, this inner chatter, I'm not talking today about inner chatter, 70 to 80% of that inner chatter is composed of something called inner accounting. And we are going to understand this and try to have a look at this. Try to have a look at this. This needs to be observed. It has to be worked upon. Only then will the monkey calm down. You cannot suppress the monkey, but the only thing I will do is sit in meditation and suppress the monkey. It's not possible. There must be understanding inside. This whole path, ये पूरा जो journey है वो समझन की journey है, understanding की journey है. So let us see what it can. Now there are several kinds of inner accounting. What is the first one which affects us the most? What others think about me? What others think about me? How they treat me, or how they should treat me. Can you see that before I come to your house, who has reached your house? My ego. Tell me how. Tell me how. Supposing I'm coming to your house, before I reach, I'm still on the way. Yeah, tell me.
Expectations that I will get this or I will get this.
My ego has reached his house and I'm already accounting inside. Yes, sir.
What will they do for me?
No, I've already decided that he'll give me a chair to sit. Huh?
But you have to eat.
Right? He will do this, he will do that. Right?
But that we call normal etiquette. Then we give that. No, I'm not saying that it is justified. We actually try to justify it. It's not required.
I'm giving you something to observe. Giving you something to observe. This is happening in everyone. I come in the door, before that my ego has come in the door, my vanity has come in the door. Okay, they have already put a chair for me, and if the chair is not there,
Get upset. Inner chatting starts.
can you see the inner accounting? Now if the chair is not there, my monkey will work overtime or not work overtime? Such a simple thing. What others think about me, how others should treat me, whether their children should bow at my feet or not bow at my feet. Can you understand all this? What is our own estimate of ourselves? Is it high or low? Very high. Very high. So the problem is we are going to get hurt all the time. Because everybody is going to quote lower. Everybody will quote lower. And we'll get hurt all the time. Right? What words do we use? Do you know who I am? What do I mean by that? When I say, do you know who I am? I'm the president of this club. What do I mean?
You should respect me. I deserve it.
That if you knew who I am, you would not act in this way. Can you understand? I'll say, I'm not a fool, I'm educated, I understand things. Right? And small things upset us. We pass somebody and he doesn't smile at us. He doesn't say good morning to us. We'll come home and tell my wife, કે ઓલા ભાઈ મંદિરમાં મળ્યા હતા, અમે જોયા એમને, પણ એને તો મારા તરફ. Can you see the accountancy at work here? How we are accounting inside all the time. People feel others do not appreciate them. Out of this, what grows out of this? What grows out of this? Suspicion. Suspicion. He will not treat me properly. Suspicion of others. Can you see suspicion as a jail? Suspicion as a jail. મેળવન હોય ને, શું કે starter, મેળવન. Supposing in college days I have a girlfriend, right? And we have good times for 2-3 years. We go to the sea and we go traveling out and good times. Then one day I see her talking with somebody else. Definitely there is something. And suspicion starts. What happens to those 2-3 good years? એ દૂધ છે, એની અંદર મેળવન જામી ગયું કે નહીં? Good memories. Stop. Good memories are gone. Suspicion. It's a very low state to be in. Suspicion. Here, each one I'm talking about inner states over here. We start our observation with which state am I in? And I'm going to talk deeper on inner states tomorrow or day after. Inner states. Now, in suspicion, Because suspicion does not leave me. It's a 24-hour. I am losing very valuable energy. Can somebody tell me the quality of energy I'm losing? The quality of energy I'm losing.
My essence, my inner psychic energy.
Developing false personality, so I'm losing my essence.
Losing essence, but which energy am I losing? What is the source of all our energy? We eat food, we get energy. The energy comes from the sun.
Vital energy.
Sun, right? Okay. But in the night when we go to sleep, in deep sleep, the soul goes and meets the spirit. The Jeev goes to meet the Atma. And when it comes out with a very valuable energy. Whenever we are negative, whenever we are reacting, apart from losing energy, we are also throwing out this very valuable energy. It is this energy which can connect us to God, but every time we are negative, we lose that energy. All the time, yeah?
Just a small question. What is the difference between essence, form and soul? Just a...
You take it at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll explain what is soul, what is spirit, what is essence. Huh? I'll explain all the three terms. So I'll try to make it clear as best as I can. Okay? Now, how many of us feel that we deserve more? Huh? If somebody else has got more recognition, but which should have actually come to me. You know, many people come to me. Huh? They come to me and they say, "Hey, bhai, office માં છે ને હું જ કામ કરું છું." Nobody else. એ બધું કામ મારી ઉપર નાખે. પણ કામ તો આપણે કરીએ, પણ કોઈને એનો કદર પણ નથી. Have you seen this situation? Have you seen this situation? Can you see the inner accounting going on? The monkey chattering. Right? We feel we deserve more praise, more recognition, more rewards, better treatment from others, either in the office, either from the boss, and most important from the wife or husband. How many feel that the wife does not understand me, and how many feel that the husband does not understand me? Huh? नहीं खड़ा मत कर.
But the truth is, we don't understand ourselves, and then we complain that others don't understand us.
Right, very true. Very true. But why do we want others to why is it necessary that my wife should understand me?
Because I'm not understanding myself, so I want others to understand. So that I don't have to understand myself and I don't work on myself.
Very good, very good. And there's always the mother-in-law, you know. She never understands. She never understands. How many people love to talk about their suffering? Always looking for somebody whom I can talk about my suffering. How bad life has been to me. And how everybody got a chance, but I never got a chance. Right? Now, I used to have one fellow who used to call me, even now he calls me, only I'm here in America, so he's not calling. So, he would call, sometimes he would call 6 times in a day. And he would say, can you show me God? I said, why do you want to see God? I want to shoot him. Why has he done this? How can he create a world like this? How many of us feel that people owe us, that we are owed by life? Please look inside. Please look inside. Because within us, આપણા બધા છે કે આવતીકાલે જીવન મને સારું આપશે. આવતીકાલે જીવન મને સારું આપશે. How many of us feel that? Can you see? Now, as long as somebody owes me, મારો જો જમાજ પાસું મજબૂત હોય અને બીજા બધા એનો ઉધાર જ હોય મારી સામે, નહીં બરાબર ખોટી વાત છે?
એવું જ લાગે અમને.
હા. So then can I ever forgive anyone? Can I forgive anyone? જો મારો જ જમા પાસું મજબૂત હોય, huh? If everybody owes me, right, then I can never forgive. Love is out of the question. But people love to talk. I did this for her, I did this for him, I did this for that. All they are saying is Maro Jama Pasu. And what else they are saying? What else are they saying? In that saying, I did for him, I did for him, I did for him, what are they saying? No, we have not yet come to self-pity. We have not yet come to self-pity. What are they saying? That they owe me. They better pay. They better pay. In that very saying, I helped you, I am saying you better pay. I want to take my 1 pound of flesh. Can you understand? And if you don't give me that 1 pound of flesh, I'm going to take revenge.
To gloat the false personality.
All this is I'm talking about false only. Can you imagine this poorness of this state? Many people, you go to somebody's home or you go to somebody's wedding and you'll say, okay, why didn't this person come in the wedding? Saying, nay, I will come, but first he has to say sorry to me. Can you see how low this state is? કે એને મને sorry કહેવું જોઈએ. This is the lowest we can go. This is Shylock. I want to cut him up, take his 1 pound of flesh, એને ચૂસી લેવો છે કે એ બરાબર પગે પડે. Why should somebody say sorry to me? એવો તો મારો કયો ઈગો છે કે somebody should say sorry to me? Can you understand? This is a jail. I'll never be free of this jail. Spirituality ni to વાત જ જવા દો. The very idea that somebody should say sorry to me. હવે થોડી રિવેન્જની વાત કરીએ. થોડી રિવેન્જ. Right? Okay, I did so much for you, but when I needed, you never came. બરાબર છે? હિસાબ કિતાબ. આપણું અંદરનો અકાઉન્ટિંગ ચાલુ છે. ઇનર અકાઉન્ટિંગ. Okay? Now, they say that in the Bible there is no talk of karma. Right? So we'll just take one thought of Christ. One thought of Christ. Christ is a beautiful saying. I love this saying. I really love this thing. Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art with him on the way, lest haply the adversary deliver thee to the judge. The judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Verily, verily, I say unto thee, thou shalt not come out unless thou hast paid the last farthing. Such a beautiful saying, such a beautiful saying. Christ is saying that તમારો જે દુશ્મન છે, your adversary, તમારો જે શું કહેવાય, the one who is competing with you, જેની ઉપર તમારે revenge લેવું છે, right? The one whom you want to show, જેને બતાવી દેવું છે. Agree with him immediately, he said. Don't even waste a single moment. Agree with thine adversary quickly, lest haply the adversary deliver to the judge. Baki ye શું કરશે? He will take you to the judge. The judge will give you to the officer. The officer will put you in prison, and you will not escape from that prison till you have paid your last farthing. This is pure talk of karma. Pure talk of karma. What is he saying? What is Christ saying? What is Christ saying? મારે એને બતાવી દેવું છે. Huh? I did so much for her, she did nothing for me. હવે મારે એને સરખો કરવો છે. I want to put her in her place. I am holding this thought over here. Can you see? You have cheated me. I am holding this thought over here. It happens to all of us. It happens to all of us. Christ is saying, don't hold that thought over here. Drop it immediately. That holding of thought is a seed. It is going to invite the judge. And the judge is going to invite the officer. And the officer is going to invite prison. And you will never escape from that prison till you have paid with your suffering. Anybody, કોઈ પણ આપણી સાથે ગમે તે કર્યું હોય, whatever anybody has done with us, that thought is not worth keeping, Christ is saying, because by holding on to that thought, you're going to invite so much suffering in the future. It is worse. It is worse than prison, because in that prison you're going to give away everything you have. Such a thought is not worth having. Can you see? But we are always holding on to thoughts. Right? That I helped him, I did this for him. And he's saying these are the worst kind of thoughts we can hold on to. સમજાય છે હું શું કહેવા માંગુ? It's very, very simple. Another form of inner accounting, buck, we sing our song. We sing our song. Some people sing rosy songs, some people sing dukhi songs. But we love to sing. Any song. These days, which is the song in fashion to sing? Tell me, which is the song in fashion? Huh? Which is the song in fashion? Come on. Help. Which is the song? You'll meet anybody, he'll say, okay, you eat cabbage and this will happen. And you have so much of haldi per day, then this will happen. And so much of honey per day, then this will happen. Wherever you go, people are singing this song. And they don't realize that the monkey is chattering. It's all inner accounting. I will eat so much haldi, I'll be a better person tomorrow. I'm not saying don't eat haldi, eat as much as you want. Eat whatever you want to eat. Raw, not rotten. Can you see what is happening? You're feeding the fear of the instinctive center. The instinctive center has a fear inside that at any moment this body is going to fall down. And it is these people who are talking about diet and food and everything all the time. It's good to meet them sometimes. You get some good tips from them. Right? But it's a form of madness. It's a form of madness. They're suffering from depression. Right? And they can't see that the instinctive center, there is a fear that this body will fall. They can't let their consciousness go beyond the physical body. It's good to have a healthy physical body. Beautiful. But it shouldn't become an obsession. Right? But everybody is singing a song these days. You open the internet, they're singing the song. You open YouTube, they're singing the song. Everybody is singing a song. This is the popular song today. What to do about health? People love to sing about their good qualities. I did this for him, I did that for him. We don't realize that the whole journey is to destroy the I completely. And everything comes from memory. Buddhi vastu smriti mati. I did this, I did that. Some people don't, they look as if they are not singing, but you give them 2 pegs, they'll start singing. It's lying there, but just a little bit of, and then they'll start singing. Right? Little encouragement. So this I inside, the one who wants to sing about our good qualities or all the problems I have in life, that I should not be fed. Starve that I. Starve it. It has to die. Otherwise we'll become victims of our own account making. Many people, some problems come in their life and they start singing. They can't hold on to a little bit of pain or suffering in their life. ખ્યાલ છે ને મહેમાન ઘરે આવે. મહેમાન ઘરે આવે. When the guests come home and when they go away, then we love to sing. ઓરે ચાદરનું આમ કર્યું હતું અને અહીંયા તો બધું ખાવાનું ઢોળાઈ ગયું હતું ને અહીંયા કાર્પેટનું આમ થઈ ગયું હતું. We love to sing. How we love to sing about our suffering. How many people feel they married the wrong person? Chalo, we give you a second chance. Give you a second chance. You know the story of Ivan Ossikin? The story of Ivan Ossikin. Beautiful story. The strange life of Ivan Ossikin. And Ivan Ossikin was dying. Right? And an angel came to Ivan Ossikin. And she said that, Ivan, what do you want? Said, can you give me a chance to live my life again? So why? Yeah, so that in this life I don't create the same mistakes which I did. So given to you, take it. So Ivan comes back and he lives his life again. Again he is dying and the angel comes. Ivan, what did you do? Oh, I did the same mistakes over again. Over again. Whom do we marry? Who and why do we marry? Why do we marry and whom do we marry? Come on. क्यों हम शादी करते हैं? और किसके साथ शादी करते हैं? क्यों हम शादी करते हैं? Come on, come on.
We see the qualities which we don't have. We see the qualities which we don't have, and if we see in that person,
that's good, very good. Very good. To complement each other.
But we end up seeing similarity. We are not similar in both, but ideally we should see that we are complementary to each. The moment we see similarity, we are finding faults.
First, is the cognitive.
By having a physical body of male and a physical body of female, does it make us male or female?
No.
Psychologically. Psychologically, everybody is male and everybody is female. Because my outer body is male, my center of gravity is in my maleness. I have to look for my femaleness. I have to merge into that femaleness. Right? And that is why I get married. I don't get married to somebody outside. That outside is just an excuse. It is my own inner female whom I get married to. Marriage is a spiritual art. Spiritual art. You don't marry somebody else. You marry your other side. And what is hidden in you is expressed in the other person. That part of you which is not in your observation, which is lying deep down in your unconscious mind, is expressed in the other person. So observing the other person, you learn about yourself. It is all that you don't like in the other person is already lying within you. Very difficult to digest. Very, very difficult to digest. And that is why it is the art of making the contradictory complementary. Each step of the way. Each step of the way. And it is those people who can't do this that run away and wear orange clothes. They can't do this. They can't do this. Spirituality is very far. They have run away from the very obstacles in life. How are they going to be spiritual? It is only when you pass through the process of marriage that the inner male and female merge with each other. And marriage is the art, my inner female. And slowly you come to an understanding that in life there is nothing like male and female. There is male energy and female energy. And some things are characteristic of male energy, some things are characteristic of female energy. The female energy is receptive, the male energy is aggressive. The female's energy, the attention is one-pointed, the male energy, the attention is diffused. What is happening in the world, what is happening in the cricket match. The female energy, the attention is here only in the home, around. Each one learns from the other. Because the male, his attention is diffused, he learns one-pointed attention from the female. Because the male cannot give birth to a child, he learns the secret of creation from the female. Because it is the inner Purush which observes, the female learns the secret of observation from the male. Each one learns from the other. And this is the process of marriage. And at one point, you learn to become, at any moment of time, you can become female and you can become male. You come, you get angry on me, I see male energy has come, I become female energy. Is there any problem? No problem. In that very meeting of the male and female, there is orgasm. Each moment of life becomes a joy. Somebody comes and insults you, you become the female, you become receptive, absorb it. Orgasm, joy. And every moment you see, whether it may be a male, but somebody come in female form, you become a male. Bring attention to the male, diverse the attention, distribute the attention. And once you learn this trick in life, there is never any problem in life. Every relationship is just an excuse for the male and female to meet and you go higher. Right? But we say, "Arey, I'm in a wrong marriage. I'm in a wrong marriage." Make use. Marriage is the door. Marriage is the door. Make use of the marriage. Don't waste it. These times are not going to come again. All energy that goes into unnecessary emotions is lost forever. Now, another form of inner accounting is just and unjust. Nyay ane anyay. Now, it's very difficult, because the door to the present moment is through, the key to the door to the present moment is
Be self-observed.
Acceptance. Now, I say this is unjust. What am I saying? I don't accept it. I don't accept it. The ego will become stronger, but you'll never open to the key. You'll never open the door to spirituality. The ego will become stronger. But we have all these things of just and unjust. I'm going to talk in the next few days about the 6 processes in life. And one of the processes is corruption. That when a dead body dies, ants and worms are needed to disintegrate that body. Otherwise that body will create disease. In nature, this is called the process of corruption. Process of corruption. Now, what to do when you see things in a different time? What to do? People come and say, the corruption in India is very unjust. It's true, because you can only see so much. But when you look at it, you see that something has died, and you need worms to eat it up. The faster they eat it up, the better, because the future is good. The future is good. I think tomorrow we are going to talk of the law of the pendulum. Tomorrow we are going to talk. And when things are at an extreme, they are going to swing to the opposite direction. It is this understanding in time where you say, let them come and take away what they want, because the future is good. But we'll say, nay, corruption is bad, and something must be done about corruption. Something must be done, but we can't see the better future which is beyond the corruption. Right? And in that we are not accepting the present moment. How many of us still have expectations from life? કેટલું બાકી છે બોલો, કેટલું બાકી છે? દીકરીનું લગ્ન જોવાનું બાકી છે, દીકરાને ક્યાંક સરખી જગ્યાએ મૂકવાનું બાકી છે, કંઈક ઘર નવું લેવાનું બાકી છે, કેટલું બાકી છે? હા, કેટલું બાકી છે? બોલો બોલો. હા, એક્સપેક્ટેશન્સ. કોઈક દિવસ પતિ આપણો સમજી જશે, બાકી છે. બોલો, કેટલું બાકી છે? Is there anything remaining? Is there any unfinished business? Yesterday we talked about 2 times. Working in time and working in eternity. The Guru works in eternity. We should learn to work in eternity. હવે બાકી શું રહ્યું છે? I'm not saying give up your job. You have to do what you are doing. But your inner expectations, the more expectations we have from life, the more suffering we are going to invite. This is the law. This is the law. હજી નવું ઘર લેવાનું બાકી છે. Right? How much is remaining? And આપણે ત્યાં એક પ્રથા હતી કે ચિંતા ન કરવું, ચિંતન કરવું. ચિંતા ન કરવું, ચિંતન કરવું. હવે મને ચિંતા થાય. I don't know how to explain this in English, is very difficult. Very difficult. Something's easy in Gujarati. મને ચિંતા થાય કે મારી દીકરીનું શું થશે. ચિંતન કર કે ભાઈ after 10 years, 15 years when I'm not there, તો દીકરીનું કોણ સંભાળશે? Nobody. Surrender to a higher intelligence. By surrender now. So drop that expectation કે કાલે દીકરીનું શું હશે. You know, I never wanted to have children. And one day my guru called me and he says, when are you going to have children? So I said, sir, no children. In this life there's only one aim, to find God, and that's it. So he says, no, you have to have children. And he says, one boy, one girl. And then the wives are always there. કે હું કેટલા વખતથી એને કહું છું. માનતો નથી. બરાબર છે વાત. So then, you know, અળસિયું બતાવે. ગુરુ અળસિયું બતાવવામાં બહુ હોશિયાર. They show the, you know, okay, don't worry, if you can't look after him, leave him over here, I will look after him, this, that, you know. Anyway, I understood he was saying something in some other time. He's not talking about this time. Because certain qualities which the DNA has not allowed to come out, by having a child, those qualities which are lying in the essence come out. We see, this is a process of self-observation. We are on this journey. Huh?
Actually, the words is very clear.
Huh?
It's clear.
No, I don't know if you got it or not.
No, it is clear.
Okay. We said that the essence has many, many qualities. But it takes two sets of DNA, one from the mother, one from the father. So all the qualities in the essence, because it is limited by the qualities of the mother and father, બધું express ન થઈ શકે. Now, certain qualities are lying in the essence, right? But they'll only come out after having a child. You see? Now, I was working, see, ગુરુના શું છે, ગુરુનો ગ્રેસ જે આપણે કે કૃપાથી બધું થાય છે. That does not mean કે આપણે કામ નથી કર્યું. આપણે પણ અભ્યાસ કર્યું છે. We have worked. And there was this inner work which I was doing on myself. And in this inner journey, I came to a stage where I said, there is no fear now left inside. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? કે મારી અંદર હવે ભય નથી. Now, after that you have a daughter. Where does the fear come from? Can you see what I'm trying? Suddenly I see that till yesterday there was no fear. When you have a son, there is not much fear. Please understand. But with the birth of a daughter, there is fear. And that fear is deep down. And it is lying there in the essence. And I suddenly understood what my guru was saying. I would have thought I am free of fear, but I am not free of fear. Now be free of fear. Now again work. Start your work. Inner work, not outer work. Inner work. And rise above that fear. And I could understand what he was saying. You have to have children. Because so many things lie in the essence. And when we have children, different emotions come out, which have till then been hidden in the essence. Right? So it's very important to have children. Now, can we see a connection between the emotional center and the intellectual center. I have not gone into centers this time. The emotional center feels hurt. The intellectual center starts chattering, buck, 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 buck. Can you see this? Supposing the cricket team loses, the emotional center is hurt, but the intellectual center, this batsman should have batted in this way, and he should have bowled in this way, and of course the weather was very bad. Can you see? And this connection we must cut. We must cut this connection. Otherwise the monkey will keep on chattering. Supposing we go to a shop, right? And the shopkeeper sells this for 10 rupees. We come home and there's somebody waiting for us. I say, how much did you buy this for? I bought it yesterday for 5 rupees. Right? Now the emotional center is hurt. The intellectual center starts chattering. This connection. The negative part of the emotional center has to die. The negative part. All the negative emotions, but because all of them connect with inner chattering. Small things. We missed the bus. We went out and forgot the umbrella and it started to rain. I was supposed to meet her, but she was called somewhere on some urgent business. This inner disease which the whole of humanity suffers from, chatter, 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 chatter. Try to put a stop over there. Now supposing मारे अंदर कोई घाव होई, कोई grievance, do I chatter more or less? Right. So we keep on making accounts against other people. Okay, at 6:30 we are supposed to take questions, so I'll just touch on one more thing, and that is forgiveness. Forgiveness. Maaf karo. Shama. See, જ્યાં સુધી અંદર એ સંસ્કાર છે કે મારે બતાવી દેવું છે, કોઈને પણ હું બીજાને માફ કરી શકું નહીં. It's not possible. As long as I'm holding a grudge against her, I cannot forgive him. These two things cannot happen together. My holding of the grudge and the energy of forgiveness. Right? You have cheated me, I have a grudge against you. And I want to forgive him, it is not possible. Right? So forgiveness means getting rid of all the inner prejudices and grudges. You have to cancel immediately. Unless we can forgive, we cannot grow. We cannot grow. And forgive means getting rid of all grudges. One more thing before we start the question answer session. I talk of one more emotion, self-pity. The height of inner accounting goes into self-pity. Self-pity. Self-pity is the worst emotion we can have. Now we are at the lowest. Nadir. We cannot go lower. What is self-pity? What kind of accounting goes into self-pity? હું બિચારો. મેં તને મદદ કર્યું, તું મારી મદદ કરવા આવી નહીં. This accounting, right? મને કંઈ મળતું નથી. Life has given me a bad deal. My parents did not give me a proper education, right? All this is a part of self-pity. Why is self-pity the worst of all the emotions? Why is...
It puts us in that zone where we don't want to improve because we think we are the poor ones.
Yeah, but what does it do? What does it do?
One of the worst form of non-acceptance.
Divine.
My guru used to say that જ્યારે આપણને ઘાવ પહોંચે, when we are hurt, and I'm hurt because I helped you and you did not help me, I'm hurt, I'm feeling hurt. Or I'll say, when he in his bad days I helped him, mara kharab divaso aayva, he did not even bother, right? Self-pity. This is self-pity. Now, my guru used to say that any emotion, hurt, first comes to the head. If I hold it too long, it goes to the heart. And if it transforms into self-pity, it goes to the divine fragment. Fragment. I'm coming to it. કોઈ પણ ઘાવ જીવનમાં આવે, માથા સુધી આવવા દેજો, ત્યાંથી એને વૈરાગ્ય કરી નાખજો. Don't let it go to the heart. Don't let it go to the heart. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. But beyond the heart, if it transforms into self-pity, કે હું બિચારો છું, what to say in English? Nobody bothers about me. Nobody is phoning me. Nobody appreciates me. Right? The ultimate form of self-pity is suicide. Suicide. Right? And the sanskar of suicide is so powerful that it follows us for 7 births. It follows us. Now, why does it follow us? What is there? How does this happen? Supposing this is the inner divine fragment, and I'll answer your question also in this same thing, so both go together, save us some time. The divine fragment, Atma. It is covered in a, what you call, translucent bag. Translucent, not transparent. Ardha Pardarshak. It is covered in a translucent bag. This translucent bag has a name, the causal body. Karan Sharif. This is the divine fragment. Out of this, it is like a diamond. But the Kohinoor diamond is no comparison to this diamond. Right? So it is like a diamond. The diamond's light is coming out. In our normal life, what is that light? Attention. Attention. The light goes out of my eyes, I can see you. It is attention. Attention is the light of the divine fragment. That is why in Gujarati we call attention as jeev. Taro jeev kya chotelo che? In Gujarati we call attention as jeev. We can't say in English, where is your soul stuck? It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. Right? So attention is the soul. It is the light of the divine fragment coming out of the causal body. The soul. This light, once it comes out, it cannot remain pure light. It cannot remain pure light. It has to be covered. It has to be covered. It is covered with planetary magnetism. This planetary magnetism is essence. So what is the difference between Atma and Jeev? Soul, spirit and soul. Soul is the light of the Atma out of the bag plus planetary covering. This planetary covering we call as the astral body, astrology. This was what you were trying to say, right? That soul travels in time. The Atma does not travel. કોઈનો આત્મા ક્યાંય ભટકતો નથી, રખડતો નથી. Please understand. This is the height of nonsense which I hear all over the place. Right? એ ક્યાંય રખડતો નથી, ભટકતો નથી. The Atma cannot do anything. It only throws its light outside. The light is covered with planetary substance. It becomes soul. The soul travels. The soul travels. When the physical body dies, it is the soul which travels. The Atma waits for the first cry. The Atma comes in at the first cry. It does not do anything else. Right? Yeah.
Atma and soul, are they not the same thing?
Not, that is why I am trying to. Atma, soul is the light of the Atma plus planetary substance.
So in English, what is the word for Atma?
Spirit. When you go into Patanjali, I think in chapter 3, sutras 49 to 53. Sattva, I've forgotten this thing, but he says the difference between soul and spirit. And now the disciple, his vivek has to become so powerful that he can distinguish the light of the Atma and the light of the soul. We have a saying. જે બહારનો ગુરુ છે, જે બહારનો ગુરુ, he takes the disciple up to this point. Right? He takes the disciple, શિષ્યને કે આ પ્રકાશ છે, પણ હવે પ્રકાશ ક્યાંથી આવે છે? Right? And the light of the soul is actually the light of Atma. I still have to answer that question about the hurt. ભૂલી જાઓ તો મને કહેજો. ભૂલું નહીં? Okay. અમે લંડનની નેશનલ ગેલેરીમાં ગયા. બ્યુટિફુલ પેઇન્ટિંગ્સ. તેમાં એક ડિએગો વેલસ્ક્વેઝનું પેઇન્ટિંગ હતું. ડિએગો વેલસ્ક્વેઝ has painted Venus in her bathroom. Venus in her bathroom. Beautiful nude painting of Venus. And Venus's son, Cupid, is holding a mirror in which she is doing all her makeup. Lovely picture. And in the mirror, the reflection is not looking at Venus, it is looking at us, the observer. Velasquez must have had some deep insight. Okay, the light of the soul falls in the mind, the reflection is the ego. The ego is not interested in looking at Venus, it is interested in looking at the world outside. Can you see how he has depicted it in a beautiful painting? Velasquez. Right? Similarly, there's something over here. The Guru takes the disciple right up to the point where now the disciple has to work on what is the light of the soul and what is the light of the spirit. And his vivek, as his vivek increases, as his discriminating capacity increases, he separates this light. But the Guru is very, he's full of compassion. Full of compassion. So he gives a hint to the disciple. What does he do? He throws a stone in the water. He throws a stone in the water of the mind. And in that there are some ripples. And the disciple says, "Arey, I made the mind so, quiet, but this light is not of the soul, it is the light of the spirit, because that light gets disturbed. And the light which can get disturbed is only a reflection. It is not the true light." And then he goes on the final journey of discriminating between the light of the soul and the light of the spirit. And that is the final point where the soul merges back into the spirit. But that the disciple has to do on his own. There is no Guru at that time. It is his own personal journey. To this point, the outer Guru helps the disciple. This is the last thing the Guru does when he's saying goodbye to the disciple. He just throws the final stone. Okay? This is the false light and this is the real light. And the disciple understands, and that's the end. He knows that the Guru is now going to go. That's the end of the meeting, physical meeting with the Guru. Right? So, now when I feel hurt, I hold the hurt in the head, I look at it intellectually, I drop it, I'm free of it. Next it goes to the heart. And from the heart, if I give it self-pity, it opens the door to the causal body and it scratches the causal body. It scratches the causal body. The light of the Atma which is coming out of the causal body is now diffracted. It is not proper. And such a person can be a very dangerous person. He may kill millions of people also. He may become a Genghis Khan or something. Right? So, they are very, very powerful people because the light is coming, the sankalp is coming right from the Atma. But to heal that scratch is going to take lifetime after lifetime. So self-pity is the worst situation. It is the only emotion where the covering of the Atma is damaged. And that is why we must be very aware of not going into self-pity. One of the things, yeah.
So what is soul in Gujarati?
Jeev, I've written everything here. Everything here. Yeah.
So if that happens, what heals the scratches then?
Huh?
You said it takes a long time to heal.
It's a long time.
But who does it?
He has to meet someone. He has to meet someone. It's a different journey. To meet someone who will make him understand. And he cannot, when he is on his chariot, you cannot kill Karna. He has to get down from his chariot. Then only you can kill Karna. Right? When he is in this thing of that light, which is, then nobody can touch him. But when he is not on his chariot, Krishna will tell him that you kill. Right? So it needs a different level of consciousness to understand that person. We won't go into that. It has not concern us. What I'm trying to say, be careful of self-pity, because this inner monkey keeps on chattering, she did not do this for me, he did not do this for me. And we go into self-pity. Self-pity is a very dangerous emotion. Right? I'm going to stop here. Tomorrow we'll talk about the law of the pendulum. how everything fluctuates between two opposites in life. What is Yama, the god of death? We'll talk about it tomorrow. Right? Yeah.
About self-pity and everything, and I understand if it happens to me, that how should I control myself or where I am going, how to ignore but what if you meet a person who always complains or who always self-pity themselves? How do we, the one option is stay away from them, right? But it's more like you are in a situation, and how do you manage those people, the people around you, who doesn't understand what you understand?
See, if you have woken up a little inside, it's not difficult to manage anyone else. The very fact that you're asking this question is that you have to work first inside. Inside. Then no one else is a problem. No one. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? People come and tell me that people are like this, people are like this. But this is the case everywhere. Right? I got married in 1988. Also I realized it's difficult living with a wife, and slowly we came to complement each other. There were a lot of contradictions. Right? But she was on the same path that I was. Right? And we each complemented each other. So what I'm trying to say is that people are difficult. It doesn't matter. Consciousness is above all difficulties. I'll give you another example. One girl comes to my lectures. She's not a girl any longer, and she's married. And she says there's so much of suffering in life. Every point there's been suffering. Right? I married wrongly, there's so much of suffering. From the husband there's so much of suffering. So I just tell her one thing, that one moment of consciousness, one moment of awakening, it dissolves the pain of thousands of years of suffering. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? Then, whether somebody is difficult or not difficult, what difference does it make? Right? Wake up, move inside, divide yourself. What's your name? Dipti. Divide yourself between I and Dipti. Start observing Dipti. Take your consciousness inside, a little away from Dipti. This is the process. Right? Tomorrow somebody insults you. Dipti is insulted. I am watching. Initially there will be no separation. Again you will get stuck. Work on it. Work on it.
What do you mean by work on it? And how do we consciously observe it, and how the self-conversation should be so that we can observe it and correct it at the same time? Because if you don't heal at that time, then it increases afterwards.
If you don't heal it at that time.
Yeah.
Yes, you also come.
What is the difference between mind and heart? And second one is, can we control our soul?
Control our what?
Soul.
We want to awaken the soul. So question was, what is the difference between the mind and the heart, right? And the last question was, can we control the soul? But Rajan Bhai will answer that question. Before we proceed on Dipti, just on your question, Rajan Bhai says, do not ignore the person. Walking away from the problem is not a solution, because what is happening there is, yes, the situation is avoided, but you're still talking inside, right? So whether you talk outside or inside, they're still talking. Okay, so it's very important as we talk about consciousness over here. Yeah, we'll go to the question on the mind and the heart.
I'll just answer her question.
Yeah, her question also.
Yeah.
What was the question? Let's repeat it.
The question was, I think she asked how to hold the state. Right? How to hold the state. So initially you will be able to hold the state for a few seconds. Even then you're not really separate. You're not really separate. Okay, from tomorrow what I'm going to do is we are going to do a presence exercise. We have 3 more sessions. So I'm going to tell you the difference between presence and present. We have to learn to hold the presence. Hold the presence. I don't know if I did this exercise last year. Did we do it? Attention. We are going to do this, right? I'll take the states of consciousness which are possible to man. What is double-arrowed attention? And we'll start doing it from tomorrow, so that we start in this process of observing ourselves. Observing ourselves, right? The whole thing lies in double-arrowed attention. I'll take those 4 states tomorrow. I'll explain those states, that the different states of consciousness available to man, how he can get into the state of Jagruti, which is awakenedness, and what is the final state, Turiya. I'll take it tomorrow, right? So we'll do that. You'll get an understanding of this. But it's very important to divide yourself, right? I'll also come to how to label the incidents of life, right? We'll go into that. And it has to be practical, because we are moving on this journey. You're moving on this journey of observing Dipti. And you want to separate from Dipti. And it's a very difficult journey, because the unconscious mind will unfold. And so many things you will see which you will not like to see. Just now I have a very rosy picture of how good a person I am. I never lie. But when I start observing myself, I'll say, I lie all the time. Can you see? That is why the first chapter of the Gita is called Arjun Vishad Yog. He saw this. Krishna says, see, all the Kuru army are standing here, arranged in front of you. He was talking about Arjun's own mind. And suddenly Arjun saw all that. He says, all this is lying within me, he could not take it. And he falls down in his chariot. And in 17 chapters, then he transforms that Vishad into Yog. Right? And this is the inner journey. Right? He transforms that Vishad into Yog. That is why the first chapter is called as Arjun Vishad Yog. It is the most important chapter. Everybody ignores it. Because all the keys of how to open the other 17 chapters are in the first chapter. But when people talk philosophy, they ignore the first chapter. All the inner keys, all the inner characters, the whole inner dramatization is given in the first chapter. And we must understand that first chapter very properly. So divide yourself between I and Dipti. Right? I'll answer your question. Just 1 minute. Label the events in life. Label the events in life. Supposing he falls down and gets hurt, he got hurt, you will say. This is an event of getting hurt. If Dipti falls down and gets hurt, say this is an event of getting hurt. You're watching. It can happen to anyone. Some calculation happened here, that event came to meet you. I think tomorrow I'll take the law of the pendulum. Next day I'll take outer events, inner states, the combination. So we have 5 days, right? I'll take outer events, inner states. How the event comes because of the inner state. And through this self-observation you will realize that, oh, I was in this inner state, it invited this outer event. You get what I'm trying to say? But you have to divide yourself. So tomorrow we'll take the 4 levels of consciousness. What is divided attention? What is self-observation? Law of the pendulum. This is the subject for tomorrow. What was your question, sir? Can you repeat this question?
Heart versus mind.
Heart versus mind.
Okay. See, mind is a very broad thing. We'll take heart versus head. Okay? Heart versus head. You know, sometimes I was for many years, can I see your face? Can you come in front? I feel lost, if I don't see the face. Right. Many years I was in the stock market. And in the stock market, there is the present moment. You know what is the present moment? Because Prices are fluctuating in the now. This head is too slow to understand the now. Head is too slow to understand the now. The now has to be understood from the heart. So how to understand the now? So I learnt a technique of moving from the head to the heart. And the heart moves very fast. The intelligence of the heart is very fast. The intelligence of the head is digital. It can understand one thing, it will not understand another thing at the same time. It is digital, one after the other, because our thoughts are digital, one thought after the other thought. Our emotions are multi-dimensional. One day I'll talk about the centers. The basic function of the emotional center is not to feel, it is to perceive, to see, to see the truth in the heart. Can you understand what I'm saying? And then in the head you go and you know the truth. Seeing the truth, knowing the truth. These are two different things. In the Yoga Sutra it is called as Vivek and Prajna.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you talk damage to the causal body, you still answer.
To still answer his question, yeah, please.
So you explained that self-pity is the worst damage to the causal body. Do you mean that other emotions like anger, jealousy,
they cannot damage?
They cannot damage?
They cannot.
And why is that?
They don't reach to that. The drawbridge over the gate only opens if self-pity. That is why I put self-pity as the lowest negative emotion.
What about other phase like fear and...
No, they will not. They will go up to the heart. They cannot go to the divine. Only one. Now that you have mentioned it, we have to be very careful of the bhajans we sing. Because some of the bhajans are by enlightened people. They are very good bhajans, beautiful bhajans. But some of the bhajans are by poets. And these poets are dangerous. Can you understand? Because they'll write, oh, I am a servant and I am a dasa. Now when Meera is singing Meera Dasi, she is singing as a queen. It is a different state she is talking about. But when I am writing, oh, I am a servant of the Lord, I am saying self-pity. Can you understand? So we have to be very careful of which bhajans we sing and don't sing. Be careful of all the poetry. But all those who have realized it is different. Okay. Right?
There was one question earlier talking about Vacha. You want to finish that?
Yeah, I'll just finish.
Okay, finish it.
Finishing that. He interrupted, so I finished his. I'll go back to that one. The heart can see many things at the same time. It is spatial. It has parallel processing. Right? So I learned a technique of moving from the head to the heart. I would just sit on my desk. I would put on the music and breathe. Were you there in the morning? For the rhythmic breathing, you have to learn the rhythmic breathing. I would breathe in rhythm and I would just feel that a young child is smiling at me from the heart, my own child or whatever. And slowly I would feel all my center of gravity moving from the head to the... Then I would start trading. I would then do 5 minutes of prism exercise and then I would start trading. Move from the head to the heart. The head is digital, the head is slow, the heart is fast. Right? I'm not assuming, that is why I said I do it every day practically. That is why I said I do it every day practically. Move from the head to the heart. See the difference for yourself. Right? The heart, I'm not saying get carried away. Huh? Right. Okay?
But that is called, that may be interpreted as an emotional decision, right?
Which one?
When you say you are acting from heart. So sometimes it is interpreted as an emotional decision. By the way, you are being emotional. You are not thinking, you are taking emotional decision. How do you distinguish that?
You are perceiving. You are perceiving. The heart has a raw material. The heart has a raw material. In English we call it affection. What do we call it in Gujarati? Lagni. Lagni. Yes. If you use Lagni, you're gone. If you use Lagni, you're gone. It sticks everywhere. Lagi jai. Choti jai. When you move into the heart with consciousness, that Lagni transforms into, not compassion, into bhav. Bhav, into presence. I am there. Bhav cannot get stuck anywhere. If you praise me, my Lagni for you will increase. If you criticize me, my Lagni for you will go down. Can you understand? Lagni ma vadghat hai. Bhav. No vadghat. Whether you praise me or criticize me. Whether my son listens to what I say or does not listen to what I say. The bhav. The whole effort is to transform Lagni into bhav. Bhav is presence. I am related to my daughter with presence. I am there for you wherever. But I understand she has her own destiny. And I cannot change that destiny. I can observe that destiny. Can you understand? But if there's Lagni, did you do this today? Did you do that today? And you should be doing this, and you should be doing that. Then I'm not respecting her destiny. Can you understand? And then at the right time, maybe you say something which is right action. Out of Lagni, there can never be right action. So we are born with a raw material. This body-brain system is a factory. That raw material has to be transformed. Only bhav can love. Lagni cannot love. Affection cannot love. Affection is the raw material for love. We are born with a lot of raw material. But today, everybody's heart is dry. They do not even have the raw material also. They're all stuck over here. Everybody is stuck in the head. Forget about bhav, but they don't even have affection. Can you understand? This computing age, it has, what the heart has become dry. Sukayelu heart. Right? Go back into the heart. Bring the juice back in the heart. You can only enjoy life through the heart. You cannot enjoy life from here. The real joy of living is from the heart. Bring the juice back here. Transform that juice into something higher. Right?
There was one question from the audience. A couple of people actually asked me this question, so I thought I'll ask you the question, Rajan, since we have time today. Yeah. Or we're running shorter, but I think it'll help everybody. Obviously, we're here at the BVP, and people say we all have the same purpose, that we want to find the inner Atma, right? And we want to find spirituality within us. But we take the mark of bhajan, kirtan, listening to Bhagavad Gita lectures. You're teaching something different. Some yoga teaches something different. While the goal is the same, so can you briefly explain, what has been your own personal experience, and what are you sort of explaining over here in context to everything else? So there's some clarity around that, please.
A whole lecture, huh? A whole lecture. Let's try something. The essence comes with certain inbuilt functions. Can you tell me which functions these are? Inbuilt functions. The child, when he is born, certain functions are inbuilt in the essence. It comes with the function of thinking. Huh? Yeah, just a sec. What it thinks becomes a part of personality. But the capacity to think is a part of essence. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? What it thinks is a part of its personality. It comes with the capacity to feel. It comes with the capacity to feel. What it feels and for whom it feels. I may feel for one person, I don't feel for another person. That becomes a part of my personality. You understand what but I'm born with a capacity to feel. It is a part of my essence. Right? The essence comes with a capacity to move. Right? What I do with this capacity to move is a part of my personality. I may become a big athlete. Right? So I have used this capacity to move in a certain way.
Physical sense or?
Moving, yeah, moving. Moving. In physical sense, karma indriya. Karma indriya. Moving also as action from words. From words. Right? That is also a part of the moving center.
But moving is always controlled by thinking and feeling, right?
Who said so?
I will not perform any action if I don't have that thought or I don't feel that way.
Yeah, so you'll be hypnotized by something and you'll move. Right? What else does it? It comes with the instinct. Now this instinctive part in the essence is very much pre-programmed. Right? You eat food, how to digest the food is already pre-programmed. Can you understand? I fall ill, the instinctive center knows where to send energy and where not to send energy. My capacity to think when I'm ill will go down. My capacity to feel. Just see this. Is it good to fall ill or bad to fall ill? Come on, tell me. એક બહુ કચકચિયો માણસ છે. And supposing he falls ill, માંદો પડી જાય તો કચકચ ઓછું થઈ જાય કે વધી જાય? So it's good to fall ill. For consciousness, it does not make any difference whether you're healthy or ill. Please understand this. In a ill body, suddenly there is vairagya. Why is there vairagya? The instinctive center cuts off energy to the thinking center and the feeling center. It cuts off. It wants that energy to heal the body. હું બહુ ચીકણો માણસ હોઉં, નાની નાની વાતમાં કચકચ કરું, પણ માંદો હોઉં તો બધી કચકચ મટી જાય. I am a very curious person. What is he doing? What is he doing? બધાની વાતમાં શું કહેવાય, નાક નાખવાનું મને ગમતું હોય. But if I'm ill, in illness you automatically come into a state of vairagya. Make use of it and rise. Even illness is not negative. Illness is not negative. If used in the right way. Okay. Now answer his question.
Not mine. I mean, it's definitely mine, but it's everybody else's.
In kehवत છે, जिसके घर में रहना हाजी हाँ करना. वो बोला, हाँ, चूहा ने बिल्ली को उठा के खा गया, हाजी हाँ करना. Okay. However, these functions came with the essence. Where is consciousness? Where is consciousness? Where is consciousness? Is it mixed with these functions? It is. When I'm thinking, is my consciousness stuck to the thinking? By self-observation, am I extracting my consciousness from the thinking? Yes. So, these functions are given to me to extract consciousness. If I'm observing my thoughts, I'm extracting consciousness. But if I'm attached to the thoughts, my consciousness has gone with the thoughts. If I'm working with my feelings, then I'm extracting consciousness from my feelings. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? If I'm working with my actions, speaking actions, actions as in thoughts, then, right, I'm extracting consciousness. These functions come with the essence, they come for the one aim to extract consciousness. When I use the thinking center to extract consciousness, I am following the Gyan Marg. When I am using the feeling center to extract consciousness, I am following the Bhakti Marg. When I am using the moving center to extract consciousness, I am following the Karma Marg. And when I am using the instinctive center to extract consciousness, I am following the Hatha Yoga Marg. This is not writing, I'll take the other one. Am I clear on this point? These are different pathways for extraction of consciousness. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. But I will take both these as 1. So 1, 2, 3. We are not interested in any fixed pathway. We want balance of everything. Where it is necessary, we will follow the Gyan Marg. Where it is necessary, we will follow the Bhakti Marg. Where it is necessary, we will follow the Karma Marg. Where it is necessary, we will do breathing exercise and follow the Hatha Yoga Marg. Our life is a balance of all four. Those days of choosing any one marg are gone. Today's brain is a different brain. He has to balance all the margs. Right? Because he will not be able to just follow Bhakti Marg. His thinking is too powerful. He will start asking all kinds of questions. Right? So today is the day where we are learning to balance all the pathways, and that will be the complete harmonious human being in balance, not following one pathway only. Those days are gone, where you extract consciousness on only one pathway. Right? When we are relating to people, we will relate through Bhakti. When we are seeing the quality of our thoughts, we will Karma. When we are trying to be free of thoughts, we will follow Jnana. And when we are doing certain exercises, we will follow Hatha. We will balance all these margs in our life, and our life will be the most rich life of everything, because it is a balance of all the centers. Right? No following one marg. Right? And Bhakti in your relationships, Karma in your actions, Jnana in your observation, and in your net practice, Hatha Yoga. Right? A balanced pathway. Balanced path. And this will be the new man. New man. Where all the centers are balanced in it. Right? So, we'll stop over here. I think that answers the question. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Before you leave, if you just would wait for 1 second, so I can just give you a bit brief. Tomorrow from 10 to 12:30, we have the breathing exercises one more time. It's the advanced breathing exercise with the phase exercise, the prism exercise, the Omkar, and we're going to re-practice the conscious sleep. Very quickly, yesterday there were many questions around people who've just come for the first time saying, what about Rajan Bhai's old topics, and even people who attended earlier. So we did a little bit of a homework last time, reorganized all the DVDs.